In today's video, we're installing the best EHD9000 Door Closer in a parallel arm configuration. Before beginning, take a moment to review the installation template included with your closer. The best EHD9000 can be configured for 100 degrees, 120 degrees, or up to 180 degrees door opening depending on your needs. For this installation, we'll configure the door to open 100 degrees. Let's start with the door layout. Measure from the pivot point of the top hinge and mark 9 7/16 inches over on the face of the door. From that mark, measure 1 inch further and make a second line. These two marks represent the mounting hole centers for the closer body. Next, measure 2 1/4 inches down from both marks and square your lines across the door. These measurements establish the proper vertical height for the closer. Now move up to the frame header. Again, measure from the hinge pivot, not from the stop, and mark 9 7/16 inches across the top of the frame. Use the parallel arm bracket to mark your screw hole locations clearly and accurately. Once everything is laid out, use a center punch to dimple each mark. This helps guide your drill bit or self-drilling screws straight. Pre-drill one pilot hole using a 3/16 inch drill bit to make the first screw easier to install. Next, mount the closer body. In a parallel arm configuration, the cylinder end of the closer must face away from the hinges. Align the closer to your marks and secure it using the provided self-drilling metal screws. Make sure the body sits flat and remains level. Before moving to the arm bracket, install the 2 small cover screws on top of the closer body. Adding them now makes installing the decorative cover much easier later. Next, attach the parallel arm bracket to the underside of the frame stop. Hold it square, flush, and level. Then secure it using the included screws. If your stop is narrow, use the spacer shim supplied in the hardware pack to maintain proper mounting depth. Now, we'll assemble the closer arm. The best EHD9000 uses a 2-piece arm assembly, a main arm and an adjustable forearm. Remove the connecting screw to separate both pieces. Attach the main arm to the closer spindle. The spindle is shaped so the arm can only fit in the correct orientation. To seat it properly, preload the spindle by rotating it about 1/8 of a turn using a wrench or vice grips. Then drop the arm onto the spindle and secure it with the supplied screw and washer. Next, attach the forearm foot to the parallel arm bracket using the 2 short screws. Make sure the long side of the foot faces toward the hinge for proper geometry. Reconnect the forearm to the main arm with a screw you removed earlier. With the door mostly closed, pull the arm assembly until it sits parallel with the frame stop. Then tighten the screw securely. At this point, the mechanical installation is complete. Now, we'll tune the closer. The best EHD9000 features 3 hydraulic control valves. Sweep speed, which controls the main closing motion. Latch speed, which controls the final few inches of closing. Backcheck, which adds resistance as the door opens to prevent slamming. Use the supplied hex wrench, turning each valve clockwise to slow or counterclockwise to increase the speed. For ADA compliance, the door should take around 15 seconds to close from fully open. Adjust the backcheck so it begins building resistance around 90 degrees, helping protect the door from wind or excessive force. On the end of the closer barrel, you'll find the spring power adjustment screw. Turning this clockwise increases closing force, ideal for exterior doors or heavy commercial openings. Once adjustments are made, open and close the door several times to confirm smooth sweep, consistent latching, and reliable backcheck operation. Finally, install the decorative cover. Your installation is now complete.